modeling show with the wonderful platform. This is Susanna Baker with Art Talk on Wall Street Station Bloomberg Radio, 880, the biggest, nationally syndicated and internationally through iHeartRadio. And we are so happy that every single Monday, Art Talk with Susanna Baker brings everything from the canvas to the red carpet. Last week was an exciting show. We had 6 artists from different areas, 7 art districts we've been covering this week live from the Home and Design and Modeling Show. And we had an array of wonderful artists last week, and some that were missing. So today we have the pleasure to welcome on our show the curator of Bird Road Art District, Cookie Bergenstein, and she is with us live from the Bird Art District. And so, Cookie, I know this has been exciting for you with the Home and Design Show. Tell us how it's been and curating such a magnitude show like this.
It has been such an adrenaline rush. I can't begin to tell you. It was months in the making, 2 days to set up, and 4 days, and it's going to be over. But it's been absolutely fabulous. I don't think we've ever done anything quite like this. As a group, as the Bird Art District, so this has been a wonderful opportunity. We're here with 5 featured artists out of over 30 that the Bird Art District has. I wish they could have all been here, but of course that's impossible. But today, or actually this weekend, we've been here with Jane Harris, Sandy Levy, Mano, who I believe was on your show last week, as well as Miguel Rodel, and Gabriel Saldivia with White's Art Gallery. So it's a wonderful representation of what the Bird Art District does represent. And we have a curated show which is called The Family Room. And in the family room, the whole idea was to make it something very approachable, something very warm that people would walk into our booth, and it has worked because we have put together a selection of very bold in color, couture in color. We have some portraiture art, we have sculpture, we have photography. And you know, one of the things that we're doing is people walk by. We've actually been documenting and asking everyone, of course, do they know about the Bird Art District? And many do, and some don't. For those who are listening that don't know, we are located right off of the Palmetto Expressway and 40th, which is Bird Road. And most of the studios are located off the 74th Ave and 75th. And I'm going to go ahead and plug in our website, which is www.birdroadartdistrict.org. But as I mentioned, people do walk in, and it's such a mixed bag, what they know, what they don't know. But most exciting, since the art is so different, we ask, which is your favorite? Which one pops out? And then we're documenting, we're taking photographs.
You have a wonderful array of artists, and you know, everybody's been so upbeat and so cooperative, and all the artists are getting along. Everyone, you know, I come from New York, and in New York, everything plays with this. Miami thinks it's a wonderful, refreshing place for the art scene. You see so many artists helping each other, and you know, if someone walks in the booth, I see that they're, you know, looking at another piece. Well, that artist is not there. You know, Miguel Rodez will right away say,
they
this is,
jump and,
you know, they jump in, they help. I've also watched you, just, you know, you're a wonderful ambassador and curator to your Bird Road Art District, because I have seen you non-stop throughout this show, which is not easy because it does demand a lot of time on your feet, a lot of questions, a lot of moving parts that people don't see.
But you know, it is so exciting. It really is. As I said, this is a very different platform, I think, for most artists. And I think it's also, being that it's the first time for the home show, so it's a win-win. It's exciting for the home show as well as for us. The audience has really had a wonderful response. People have heard about it, which is like yay for the marketing team for the home show. And they're curious, so they find their way back here. And you're absolutely right. The artists do work together, not just in the Bird Art District, but there's been a wonderful camaraderie with the different districts. And a lot of us really already know each other. You know, Miami is a small town, as they say, and it's wonderful how there's been a lot of that, the dynamics between the districts is fabulous. A lot of people think there's rivalry, and you know, there really isn't. It's like any other industry. We work together, we know each other, and it's also, to me, it's been pretty impressive just how the artists really do have very good people skills, which is a myth. A lot of people think that artists don't. And I think I might be a little biased, but I think Berube has a very, very social group.
You guys are extremely social. I would say artists / marketing / public relations /
we have a great
telemarketing
group. Yes,
gurus. I mean, I have seen, prior to coming into the art field 5 years ago and doing what I'm doing with the art experience, I curate different art institutes and hopefully one day soon I'm with art institutes as well. It's funny how you meet a lot of artists, a lot of talents along the way, and it's just wonderful to see how everybody is open and all these wonderful shows and things that's happening in my life is so exciting. How do you find the very art district? I know you have a show once a month. Can you tell our audience when is that show and how can people find it? Is it only once a month or are the studios open to the public?
I'm so glad you asked that because one of our biggest hurdles is that people can't find us. We're in a very industrial location. Again, it's all warehouses, wonderful old warehouses with character. But because it is difficult, because these are studios, they're not galleries, so it's really not a commercial area, we do open to the public once a month on the third Saturday. So we've really worked very hard to plan that third Saturday is for the Bird Road Art Walk, 7 to 10. The artists open the doors and the public is invited to come in. They actually go behind the scenes. They can see live demonstrations. Some of our clients have joked that they actually were able to see a work of art when it began in August, and then finally they decided they had to buy the piece because they had seen it from beginning to end. But it's a very unique experience because they are studios, they're not galleries. I always laugh when they come into Monty Fine Art project space and they walk in and they'll say, well, where does the artist work? And I just come out to the floor because you can see splotches of paint everywhere. But it's a wonderful environment. The warehouses are spacious, so it's really an artist training. And I don't know if you know this or not, Susanna, but the Bird Road Art District was actually Miami's first officially designated art district by Miami-Dade County. That was back in 2000. We know that there was art in other places before. We're not taking that away from them. However, we were officially designated, I believe it was by Alex Canellis way back then. So we are thrilled to have that designation. And it's different also in the sense that it's more mature artists who comes to the Bird Road Art District. Not all emerging artists can afford the luxury of having their own warehouse. So these are artists who are probably established in their careers, established, and we have many, many different genres of work, from stained glass to hand-blown glass to sculpture.
Actually, we're going to be talking to one of your artists now that we want to have the opportunity on the show. Before we get Harris,
Yes.
Can you give your website one more time?
Absolutely. Our website is www.birdroadartdistrict.org. Very important.
And April 11th is the next
No,
one.
April 18th.
April 18th. So
April 18th,
April
yes.
18th will be the next Bird Road Art Walk, and that's going to happen in the evenings. Is that the time?
7 to 10 every
7
third
to 10.
Saturday.
And so they can go onto the website and they can find out more information on these wonderful shows. While you get Miss Harris, I'm going to continue to talk about the wonderful home design show, the home and design and remodeling show. This was a new platform that the home and design show gave us. It was a wonderful platform. It was At Home with Art, and At Home with Art is something brand new that was sponsored by the Home and Design remodeling show. And so we were excited. 22 artists were shown this week here, as well as 7 art districts were represented at the Home Design and Remodeling show. And that it's been wonderful how everyone has gone along, how all the districts have participated in the remodeling, and all the artists have been fabulous. opportunity. And we're going to have Jean Harris from the Berg Road Art District. Welcome, Jane.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. It's exciting. Now I'm on the radio. It's even more exciting.
Yeah, well, we're happy to have you. Now, tell us, how has been your experience with the audience? I know that this is the first time this has happened. What do you see? What was your favorite moment of the show, and what would you like to see next week?
I think, first of all, I think one of the good parts about it is meeting the other artists. For sure, we don't always get to move out of our district, so we try to make openings, but there's so many of them. So getting to see more of the artists in the district is very important, as well as seeing their work. Seeing it in person is much more different than seeing it on Facebook or any of the social media. So seeing it up close and personal is very good. And then as far as the audience, people coming, I see them stopping, they sense that it's something different, and then we introduce you to the work and tell them who you are and where you are, and if these are real artists who make the work themselves, they kind of like that. You stop in the aisle and look, and then sometimes you're afraid to wander in, and then you try to approach them and start a conversation so they're not so timid.
Yeah, well, you have an excellent curator and ambassador, Cookie. I see her stopping everybody and giving the brochure out to April 18th next Berg Road Art District Art Walk. So that's exciting. Now, Jane, tell me a little bit of the work that you have brought with you. I know you have a lot of mixed media on, that you use, abstraction. So tell us a little bit about your forte and what kind of work you know.
Well, years ago, when I was a child, I wanted to be an artist because I had a sense that I could draw. But of course, I grew up in a small coal mining town, and my parents in particular were, my grandparents were from Italy, but they thought if you could just become a school teacher, and that would be stepping up. So the only problem then becomes there was no art classes, there wasn't anything in the schools in those days, little tiny schools, and I did go to college locally and majored in art education, but that wasn't the same as like a BFA or an MFA. So we go from there to staying in Pennsylvania for a while and then moving to Florida because of my husband's educational pursuits. And I wound up immediately at the South Florida Art Center when I first started with Ellie Schneider. And I was there for 10 years, and that was my BFA and that was my MA with the artist thing on there. Absolutely.
When you're out there, it's so funny that you say that. You know, a lot of people ask me where's my MFA from, and honestly, I tell them Google University because when you start with such a passion and hunger, and you're at it every single day like we are, and I've also been, luckily I've been embraced by Roosevelt Cruz and Peter Steinbach and some of the greats that I've had the opportunity to work with and sort of gone under their wing. Working the De La Cruz collection and curating it 4 to 5 times a week daily, and then doing Melody Bells and doing all the galleries that switch every few months their collections. After 5 years, I think I've earned my MFA.
Oh, I think so.
So the South Florida Art Center, which you just mentioned, is an amazing, what an institution, iconic to Lincoln Road. Just recently sold one of its buildings for $58 million, which is amazing. And now I think they're moving out. They just had a moving sale. But it's so wonderful to meet someone who got their, got in that door at that time and continued to grow and foster in the art scene as it's evolved, especially in the last decade. It's really taken a boom.
Yeah, it's a different, it's transformed itself to that, but early on it was magnificent. We owned the road, and we would sit out and have surprise potlucks, and in and out of our studios, the other artist studios, regular and often. So my work transitioned from painting to a few kind of some assemblage, and so it transitioned to painting, is what I done as an artist. Growing up, you think that's what you do. So meanwhile, it's now transitioned. I really respond to either materials or a situation. Thus my ghost bird over there, or the collages that incorporate things that I just find. I just need something to start me off. And I don't look for anything else because I have it there in my studio, trust me. I have my stuff and stuff. I have stuff to pay with me.
Wow. So you have stuff, Jane Harris. How can people see your work outside of At Home with Art, which ends today at 10:30? what is your website that people can see?
It's Harris Art 101 at .com. I'm just putting it up. Right, but I have a Facebook page, Jane Harris dash art. Right, no, dash art. Jane Harris dash art. Now I can't even talk. It's not even 10:30.
Well, you know, we've been here all week long. Thank you so much, Jane.
You're welcome.
And I appreciate that. Jane Harris from the Bird Art Blog District. And now we have coming with us the person who really dreamed this up and put it all together. And we are so proud of the art community of Miami, representing all 7 art districts. And at Home with Art, at the Home and Design Remodeling Show, we have Sharon Berube. And thank you so much, Sharon, for this absolutely amazing empowerment that you have done. How did you dream this up? Where did you come up with it? Because normally this is something I would be calling and we've been doing this, but you really reached out and made this happen.
You know, this idea has been with me for a while, and part of the reason is because when I talk to people that attend the shows, one of the number one things they always say is that they're looking for inspiration. Well, inspiration comes in a lot of forms, but boy, you get an awful lot of inspiration from art. And when you're at home, when you're in a living environment, your work environment, art plays a very important role in that inspiration and finding creativity or finding peace or finding energy or expressing yourself. So I've always felt while we've supported design in the shows and we've had art in the shows, we needed to make a bigger splash. We needed to really focus on enabling the community to find inspiration here. So now, fast forward to today, when you have this amazing plethora of art and all the talent in this community and all the work that people like you and these districts are doing to support local artists in our community, now you have the perfect opportunity to showcase what's happening in our own community and bring it home with you, bring it to your office, bring it to your living space. I've wanted to do this for a while, and I'm so delighted that Henshaw Management got behind the idea and supported it, and that the district got behind us and supported it, and we've been able to showcase all this amazing work. It's breathtaking.
It really is. I have to tell you, when I got the phone call, and Lisa Morales did a fantastic job as well, and I have to say, everybody just was so behind it, and it is a lot of work from behind the scenes, organizing how it's going to lay out the narrative, what are the artists you choose to come in and show and display, and will they get along, and will the districts all get along? Well, I have to tell you, I've been here for 5 days, and I have seen nothing but the most amazing visionaries, people that know each other through Facebook, people that just admire each other and right away go, oh my God, you're so-and-so, and you're Mano, and you're Miguel Rodas, and you're Kathy Pernal from Little Havana. And just to see that makes me so proud to know that I'm in the right place. 5 years ago when I started with the Art Experience and created this platform and been blessed by getting this national show to bring every Monday wonderful people like me that come into the world of art, whether as a visitor or whether this is their life, they eat it, they dream it, they sleep it, and they'll die in art. To see every single Monday different unique stories, unfold on the radio, people understanding how dynamic Miami is. And this home show, this corporation that has been around for more than 40 years, over 40 years. I have to tell you a story. Prior to me starting the Art Experience, for 25 years I was the lead generator for Fairfield and Marriott. And I lived in this show for at least 15 years. Through the timeshare. In 2008, when everyone bellied up with homestead robbery, when my company went up 25 years of lead generation for timeshare, I ruined it. 150 employees we had to say goodbye to. Families that baptized children, went to weddings, seeing kids grow up that became actual telemarketers and lead generators at different events. And we never saw 2008 coming, nor 2009, nor 2010, nor 2011. You know, now recently it all changed around, thank God. But I have to tell you, it was the worst nightmare for me, but also the greatest lesson. And the reason why is I found art. I was invited to an art walk in 2009. In Wynwood, I saw about 10,000 people. I was like, oh my God, what is this? I live a few blocks away in the design district, and I could literally roll, and I hit a song. And there were 10,000 people admiring all these galleries.
Pero tiene que ser del grupo de nosotros, ¿verdad?
2 years of from the beginning of 2000 to the end of 2007, all the way to 2009. I was praying, what was I going to do next? Right? Remember, there was a freeze in Miami. And I, right there and then, knew that I had to tell the concierge that I worked for 25 years that I wanted to move this in town. Because by the end of that argument, I was inspired. Creativity flew from every vein of my body. What I had seen was phenomenal. And I could not believe that even though Craig Robbins from the design district and David Lombardi and Tony Roman from Wynwood, but they were working with the Robies and coming from Georgia, 12 million visitors that would have loved to have seen this. Now fast forward 4 years forward, now we're in 2015 where Wynwood is everybody's second, sentence. Their name is in it, right? The world all knows it. I mean, but it took the energies and the passion of all these artists that I met along the way, all these districts that were formed. And I've gotten phone calls from road many a times in Southeast South Florida Arts and being choice to us. And to see so many districts, 7 in its totality, probably more by next year. I hope so. Yeah, me too. And I'm saying, how can I cover it all? I'm just really dealing with Design District and Wynwood. We added 2 years ago, we added South Beach with the Frank Giving Deal. Because we always see things out of the box. And recently we added Coconut Grove with Vizcaya and Lily Garcia. Monty Trainer was here and he was like, what are you going to do with Coconut Grove? Why aren't they being shown? I said, next year, don't worry. Next year, there's more. This has been phenomenal, Sharon.
We are just delighted. I also have to bring up one more direction of this that I'm so pleased about. We've always had the interior design community in the show, obviously. I've always our goal was to not only build a bridge with the artists and the community and the homeowners and the business owners, but also see if this could build a bridge between the artists and the design community. And Friday night at the opening that we had, I stood back and I'm watching the designers interacting with the artists, and many of them inspired the rooms and their work are in the rooms. And I'm hearing designers tell me that they have clients coming in from New York because they're ready to buy art. That's the stage that they're in their project, and she had them come down because she wanted them to see what we were doing here. That's the kind of thing that was music. Just music to art ears, because that's another aspect of this. There are so many branches of success and why this can be so valuable, and having local art showcase here at the Home Design and Remodeling Show. It to me belongs here. The artists belong here. They need to be. They're our jewel.
Yes.
And we want to showcase that.
I can't tell you from the bottom of my heart how appreciative I am. Because Home Design and Remodeling Show, that's a huge platform. It's been here for 4 decades. It's part of the fabric and story of Miami and Broward and Miami Beach. I mean, we all know this show. Some of us grew up with this show as corporations, and you started your first B2B business. You want to hit the Home and Design Show. You want to have that booth there, whether it's an alarm company or, my Marriott Resorts when we used to be here in Fairfield. And, all the way from the designers, like you said, Miami has become the iconic platform with the designers, with all the luxury brands, and with what's happening with all the second home buyers. We're number 2 city in the world. outside of New York, soon to be number one. I'm not doubting that for a moment. We're becoming a port city with more and more contracts, more planes up in the sky. And so this show is only going to grow by leaps and bounds. You know, by next year, 2016, I see more audience, more people coming here.
Absolutely. Because again, what you show, what we do here, just like the artists are doing in Wynwood and Little Havana and Bird Road and Coconut Grove, what we do here is we showcase entrepreneurs, the craftsmen, the people that, like Leandro Mora that came in the show. He is using old world craftsmanship to design stylish, modern furniture. And he does it by hand. It's magnificent. Those are the jewels that people don't even know yet.
And there's somebody else, there's a couple that's been, you know, they're seasoned, and they were doing restorations of art.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
old restorations of damaged or painting and wood and beautiful antique relics that might have been damaged. And here you saw a really hard technique to come and restore that, and I was very impressed with that.
And the show really showcases that kind of talent, that kind of, again, just like the talent we have in art, we have lots of talent in the home improvement industry and remodeling that people don't know. You can't just drive and find it very easily. You know, we all know big box stores, but we don't know the individual artisans that are in the community. We don't know the restoration people, the custom people. We don't know all of those, and that's the heart and soul of home improvement and interior design and remodeling and landscaping. That really is the heart and soul. That's what the show has been doing in South Florida for 40 years, is showcasing that. And of course, we have businesses from around the country, from around the world, but it's being able to see things that you just probably wouldn't run into necessarily in a car, in traffic, on your own. It's just not that easy. So you come here in one location and you see it all, and it's showcased for you, and you can find it, and it's kind of building those bridges with businesses, with artists, with designers, with landscapers. That's the heart and soul of the show.
Well, I love the experience, and I love what I see the Home and Design Show involving us. Sharon Berube, how did the Home and Design Show get such a treasure by hiring you and having you on board? Tell my audience a little bit about how you came to Florida. And
Well, I grew up here.
You grew up
I grew up here. I'm a little girl from Cutler Ridge, Florida, and grew up, went from elementary school through high school, went to the University of Miami for my undergraduate degree and my graduate degree. Was working in the public relations industry and in marketing, and met Larry Pearl, who was the owner of the company years ago, and really liked his vision, liked what he had, you know, what he was presenting. Jumped on board and been with him, and he's been talking ever since. And
How long was that?
was close to 30 years.
No way. When did you start?
I'm a quick learner, Suzanne.
You certainly are. Let me tell you, and you work out like amazing. I mean, to see this lady's body, it's so sweet. You hit the gym, and you know that's somebody who takes pride in their work, pride in themselves, and pride in what you've empowered with today. And so the art experience cannot thank you enough for allowing Art Talk on Bloomberg Radio to be here at the Home and Design and Remodeling Show.
Our pleasure. It is our pleasure. This has been such a delight to see this come to fruition. Lisa Morales just got the vision and executed it with style and pizzazz. It's magnificent. We could not have done it without her.
Absolutely.
And without you, and without Around Town Arts and Culture, who supported the whole thing. And I mean, really,
can't
we've
wait
had
for
so
September.
much help. We are so excited about September.
So tell our audience when they can come out. What is the website they will go to purchase tickets to? I gotta tell you, folks, to my fans who are listening to me, you know, Art Talk with Susanna Baker is a wonderful platform that, thank God, 880 The Biz allows us to spend an hour every single Monday, prime time, to bring you the cameras to the red carpet happenings in town. But you do not want to miss the Home and Design Remodeling Show. It's been around for 40 decades, and it has just moved up and merged with the arts and interior designer. It is happening. It's not like, oh, grandma, grandpa going there like we used to remember. It has moved and it's grown and it's involved, like the design district, like all the wonderful 7 artists here. I have seen some fabulous stuff I didn't see 10 years ago when I came here. I see definitely the different divisions and the different synergies that just come from aisle to aisle. Wonderful craftsmanship, wonderful designers. And now to see the arts, the live artists, you know, next September, hopefully we'll even have a little
Porque tiene un acento.
Susanna, this is only the beginning. I think we both can see where we might be going here, and I think it's going to get bigger and better and brighter and greater. And I can't wait.
Oh, well, let's, you know, this week has been phenomenal. We are here, so if you're listening to us, if you are nearby in Miami or Miami Beach, you can definitely come on down to the Miami Beach Convention Center, Hall C, and come and see the Homeless Society Modeling Show with actors and artists from around town. So please come and see us, and if not, catch us when?
Labor Day will be, well, actually we'll be in Broward County over Memorial Day weekend, May 22nd through the 25th. Then back here at Miami Beach Labor Day weekend, which I think is September 4th through the 8th. I don't have the dates confirmed for sure, but it's Labor Day weekend. We're back here. And our website, you can always stay tuned with all of our dates and everything going on. Our website is www.homeshows, with an S at the end of that, .net.
Well, I can't wait to be here in September. And you got me for life as far as I'm helping with blood bleeding through these veins. I love what you're doing. God bless you for your energy and your vision. And thank you for giving us the empowerment. And we thank you so much. And Larry, we're going to take a commercial break. I'll be right back after these commercial breaks. Susanna Baker with Art Talk on Bloomberg Radio.